Alright. What am I looking for? This guy. So I'm going to do... I want a new map. Don't know what his map was, but I want a new one. Some more farming of rare rings using the Souls ritual for infinite magic find. In 1.06, 2 rituals will force the monsters to drop at least rare. And this is 1.06. So I do the ritual, and then I will clear the High Council and then Arcane Sanctuary. It's amazing to me how I can just be like talking and then literally forget what I'm saying and pause for that long. But yeah, it is what it is. And so the title, I think, of this video is going to be like 314 out of 522 classic rare rings or something like that. 314 unidentified rare rings is how many I have. I kind of figured it was here when it wasn't like there. I can't. Yeah, 314 is how many I currently have. 522 is how many is needed to fill up 9 mules with, is that 4 guys? Let's I think that's 4 guys. 9 mules with ID tomes, so they each get, I think 58, I think is what it was. 58 rings and then 6 town portals. So it's 40 plus 18, yeah, 58. Not town portals, plus 3 tomes of identify. So that I can identify the rings one at a time to make it more fun for myself. But yeah, 522 is the closest that I can get to 500 with full mules. So that's why 522, which is otherwise a weird number. So we'll see if they do the 4 souls ritual whenever they start doing it. I might have to go clear some more space. Doing it this close to the stairs is always kind of sketchy. Alright, yeah, they're doing it. Cool. So today in the mail, I received the mealworms that I ordered. I'm going to try growing mealworms again. And so because they're shipped in only dry food, I think it's oatmeal, I gave them a banana peel. I put them in a bucket and gave them a banana peel to eat so that they can have some water. If you just give them water, like a puddle of water, they'll just drown in it. So you have to give them wet food. If you want to watch mealworm videos on YouTube, you can watch time lapses of some guy who like feeds 10,000 mealworms various things, and then over the course of time they slowly eat it. And you can also watch people who like grow their own for the poop that they make, which can be used as fertilizer and also as treats for their chickens or ducks. And they say, you know, the mealworm is only a treat for the chickens and ducks because they don't have enough calcium I'm no bird farmer,
Hello.
so what I'm about to say is probably stupid, but why don't they just feed them eggshells with the mealworms, or feed their mealworms eggshells to get extra calcium because they need calcium for their eggs? But I don't know. I'm not growing them for that reason. Mostly I'm doing it just to see if I can, um, and to like uh, practice farming critters so that I can then later farm larger or more complex critters. I might choose to eat them if I get a large enough farm, but probably not. I mean, they're food, it's fine, but it would be weird to eat them here. But certainly my dad could use the mealworm poop in his garden. And what I would like to grow, if these work well, is I want to grow fathead minnows. I think that would be fun. And then those I probably would eat myself. And then also potentially, if I have success with minnows, uh, get a pond or a above ground swimming pool and either grow like shrimp or
Hail to
like
you, gentlemen.
catfish
What do you need?
someday. I think that would be not necessarily fun, but like neat, if that makes sense. Oops, stop leaping, you dummy. Alright, there we go. Okay. They're confused, but they're doing it, so it's fine. I decided to do the rings today, like this ring farming, because I do want to get to 522. I think that identification stream will be really interesting video, as well as something that I just want to finally get done. So I have like 208 rings that I need left, and I have 314. I used to clear most of Act 4 when I was doing this, but I decided that with the Barbarian, doing these open, like wide open zones, like if you look at the mini map, you can see it's wide open. I didn't like chasing down the monsters, whereas the Arcane Sanctuary, it's just straight lines. You just go whirlwind in a straight line, and two of the three monsters that spawn there have a higher probability than normal of dropping jewelry. So, like nowadays, you think of Arcane Sanctuary and the ghosts for getting runes, and so I think of Arcane Sanctuary and the ghosts and ghoul lords for getting rings and amulets, but the amulets are less interesting because the item level is too low for the +2 to all skill or +2 to class skills. Uh, in general, the Act 4 monsters
Indeed.
all have the high probability of dropping jewelry. Um, so it might be that a more efficient large open zone killing build like an Amazon or a sorceress is ultimately better suited to this task than a barbarian. But a barbarian is what I have, so that's what I use. And I really dislike questing, and I don't have a really good bow. I have a few bows that are mildly intriguing. Like, oh, this might be halfway decent. Whereas my lance is very nice. I will probably never find a better lance. And this was I believe, a Nightmare Cow King drop. But I'm not certain. And the goatmen are capable of dropping a ring, it's just extremely rare. Whereas the ghosts and ghouls, each clear of the Arcane Sanctuary, I expect 0 to 3 rings. I think the most I ever got was like 10, which was ridiculous. That was a lot. So it can happen though. And the reason that I like to re-roll the map every time is because of the way item generation works in these old versions of Classic. Killing the same monster in the same spot, or perhaps killing the same monster in the same spot at a certain time interval, will generate dupes. And so by rolling a new map, I eliminate the possibility of dupes. So all the rare rings that I get should be different, and any SOJs that I get in the process will have unique fingerprints rather than duplicated fingerprints.
Approach and let's trade.
Whoops. And my standards on like these boots and hats are pretty high. So if you see something like, wow, that's really good, and then I just casually sell it, um, that's why my standards are too high. Oh, my battle orders wore off. Oh, I guess I don't have 314, I have 320. Okay, so that would be 318. I did not know that I have an SOJ. Or I would have muled first so that I can continue getting SOJ. But it's okay. So this video will say 318 out of 522 rather than the 314 that I thought I had. And the videos in this, I'll call it a series. I don't know if I'm going to put them in a playlist or not. I might. I'm just going to start with, how many out of 522. That way, if you don't want to click into the video to see my progress, the title will tell you. And so you can just watch out for when it's getting closer. And like, oh, hey, he's gonna do the big identify stream soon. Soon TM. When I used to work in a grocery store, and sometimes I would, when talking with my coworkers, I would mispronounce words on purpose, uh, because I guess because I'm kind of a jerk, to confuse them, right? So I mispronounce words on purpose to confuse them, um, or to make them think that I don't know what I'm talking about, even though they know that I know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so I would have called a plated belt plaited. Plaited belt. So there you go. That's something I used to do. Not that I talked about Diablo 2 with my coworkers at that job, but I don't remember which words in particular I would mispronounce. I do remember that we had a guy who did not speak English, he only spoke Spanish and Azteca, but he was embarrassed of Azteca, so he would pretend he didn't understand. But he only spoke Spanish at work, and he would call me a bitch, but he would say beach because in Spanish the letter I is pronounced E, and like he couldn't read, but like he
Greetings.
knew letters and stuff like that. Um, and I say he couldn't read. Like if you showed him a sentence, he wouldn't have been able to read it, but like he could pick out words, right? And so he could know the word bitch on a page and read it as beach. And whenever he would say that, let's see, 37 to 77. Um, in Spanish, the word for beach is playa, playa. And so he would say beach, and I would respond, he would call me that, and I would respond, playa, playa. And he didn't understand why I was saying that. And after doing that for like 3 or 4 months, one of the other guys who spoke Spanish explained to him why I was saying playa every time he called me a beach. And the next day, when he came into work, he goes, he walked right up to me and he goes, "Fuck you, bitch." It was amazing. Yeah. Good job, Gordo, learning how to pronounce bitch. Excellent work. I suppose in the content settings, I might have to mention something about swear words. I don't know. Like, because I mark in the videos, like in the content settings, not created for children. I think it's probably okay to say swear words on YouTube, but I don't really see them a lot. So tough to say. I think Gizmo the Parrot says them, but I don't watch Gizmo much, so I'm not really sure. And because he's a parrot, he might get some leeway with it. Also, the algorithms might have troubles deciphering what it is that he's actually saying. But anyway, that is my misunderstood English-Spanish translation story. It's a good story. So I learned a little bit of Spanish while I was working there, mostly enough to do my job, which was stocking groceries. Not really enough to do things in real life. Just stock groceries. Hey, this is on this aisle. This product is called such and so. This is jabon, and this is harina, and this is whatever.
Not here.
Not here.
Good
And I
to
learned a whole
see
bunch
you.
of swear words, and I learned, uh, oh, I need to gamble. Not just swear words, but like impolite things to say, and exclamations. Like, no way, man. Uh, which they told me was no mames way. Or no vale verga. No good shit. That's what they told me that one means. Or I don't know. They taught me a whole bunch of stuff, but I can't really think of it right now. If I needed to say it, then I would probably remember it. But just trying to think of the Spanish words I know, they're not all really coming to me. A la verga. ¿Qué dijo? No entiendo, wey. Apúrate. I was about to say one that I suppose uh, technically is a slur, so I'll avoid that one. Ya empezar, which they told me is get started. Espérate, which I was told means wait or hold on, something like that. I can look at this one. Linea, which I guess is line, but was used to indicate aisle, like the aisle of the grocery store. Qual linea? Which aisle do you want me to stock today? Why don't I just identify the glove? It's nothing. Whatever. Yeah. I'll just identify the glove. Good job. Alright, so video's about over, so we can stop saying words that I remember in Spanish. So I guess this, unintentionally, this video is dedicated to the user who recently told me in a comment that they are from Argentina.
Good day.
Boots. What I really want to gamble is rings, but
Welcome to the desert rain.
yeah, I'll do that for a little bit.
Hello.
Maybe a minute or two. And then I'm gonna
What you need?
upload this video and go to bed early. For a change. I've been having some pretty late days at work this week. Today we got out early.
Welcome
I had
to the
a
desert
13-hour day on, I guess it was yesterday, and that's why I didn't have a video posted yesterday. I got home and I was just like, I didn't even go to the grocery store to get dinner. I had a bag of broccoli, and so yesterday all I ate for dinner was 2 pounds of broccoli with salt. But oh boy, I made up for it today. I had 2 bananas, I had a pound of strawberries, I had, how much is in here? 12 ounces of peanuts, I had 4 beef hot dogs, I had a energy drink for dinner, and then I'm going to bed. Nice. I had, I feel like there was something else. Oh yeah, how big is this? An 8-ounce block of cheddar cheese.
Hello.
So that was dinner today. I don't eat breakfast or lunch
Hi there.
while I'm working. I go to work and I work all day and then I come home and eat.
Good day.
And like most of my coworkers don't really eat either. We just work and then we go home.
Welcome to the desert rain.
So I'll touch the gamble screen and then
Oh.
that'll be that. That's enough. 116 gold find, nothing else interesting. I'm looking for mana after each kill and fastest cast rate. That's why I pick up the scepters and the wands. Because I think, I'm not certain, but I think that's probably best in slot for a sorceress. 2 to barbarian, attack speed, no damage. Okay. The amulet is no good. Poison resist 44. We'll look at that one in a second. No. I think I showed this gear the other day. No, I showed my 1.0 guy the other day. So this hat is pretty nice. It's not amazing. It's all right. This one I'm basically using just for mana steal. Um, I'll highlight that slightly longer. Yeah, I think this boot is really, really, really good in my opinion. Lightning and fire resist are both really good resists to have. 48 and 41 are both good rolls. 14 dexterity, fastest, run walk. Yeah. Uh, so these resistances are the 43, 18, 15, and 19. I believe, let's see, I rolled all resist and I rolled poison resist, but I did not roll any of the others. So the all resist randomizes each of the 4 so that they're not equal in classic. So if you had like prismatic amulet with no other mods, then each of the resists would probably be different. So that's something that can be cool. It also is that way when you do the prismatic amulet cube recipe in 1.07 and 1.08. And you can get Talrash's amulet that way. Talrash's prismatic amulet. So maybe I'll try to get that someday and put it in my interesting and exotic items showcase playlist that doesn't exist yet.